Good morning again. Happy Friday. Welcome to the Infinite Spark Collective. I'm Kimberley, your coach, your guide, your mentor, your teacher through this journey of spiritual awakening. Whether you are on that journey, just discovering you need to be on that journey. If you're a twin flame or in a romantic soul connection, a karmic relationship, whatever, I'm here to guide you. I'm different than other coaches. I coach you in real time because I'm still learning and I'm still going through the process of transformation and transition. But I am highly intuitive, so I'm here to provide you with the spirit and heart of the Divine Collective reading today. I did a much longer reading earlier. I always do the frequency directive for you in the morning. And as I've explained, I don't have a lot of space here, so you don't really get to see my face. The camera can't focus on both, and I don't have a tripod. So it is what it is. You get the direct energy of the card. You get to see me talking with my hands. You get to see what I do. One day I'll make a video and I'll sit and talk about my journey and so forth, but and do other videos for teaching and guiding, and when I have a ability to have a bigger space, a better camera, I'll probably move my readings to my bed where I have more space to lay out cards and watch. You can watch my expression and so forth. In the meanwhile, we're going to deal with things the way they are. That reading earlier, I also included my pre-reading ritual. I don't need to do it again. I am very tuned in right now. I'm going to ask that you go take a look at the post I made in the community today on the Great Reset. Saturn has met Neptune at the 0 point of Aries, the beginning of a 36-year cycle. We left the old one behind. It's done. All the crap, all the lessons you were supposed to learn and stuff. It's so prime right now in the fire horse energy of the Lunar New Year. Time for a reset. So if you're still bringing that stuff with you from the past 36 years, I don't know how old you are. I'm 60. Age is only a number. But you know what? Time for a reset. Time for transformation. And I already covered a lot of that in the frequency directive. I was blown away by the cards that turned up. It was so in alignment with that. So let's see what they give us now. Spirit, I'm a clear channel for you, as always. What further messages from the heart and soul of the divine for the collective do you have today? Now, this card technically is boxed as the Cosmic Oracle card deck, but they say Cosmic Insights on it. Aren't they beautiful? My favorite colors. Let's see. I'm being told to choose two cards for this, so this feels like it's going to be sort of the initial introduction to what the universe is telling us today. Pets, someone else. Pets. If you don't have a pet and you're thinking about it, the universe is saying it's time to do it. Or maybe you need to volunteer at a shelter. Maybe you need to start a pet sitting business. Maybe you're being called by a friend to ask to pet sit. There's energy here that's saying that you need to pay attention to the animals. This is exactly what the Great Reset covered. Someone in the middle of something is trying to sabotage something. Now, it shows a couple and someone's trying to sabotage. So, twin flames, your karmic partner of either the one you're in or the one they're in is currently trying to, pardon my language, fuck things up. Don't let them. Don't let them. And you know how you don't let them? You get on your journey, your spiritual growth, expansion, your shadow work, your integration, and I explained this yesterday in the video about the four pillars of your temple to create the balance between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Your physical wellness, your mental wellness, your emotional wellness, and your spiritual wellness. I'm going to get more into that later on as I expand. For now, this channel is really just doing readings more and teaching during the readings. But physical wellness, eating well, drinking clean water, getting quality sleep as best as you can, eating well, whatever that means to you. Preferably a balance of protein, carbohydrates, fats, and the occasional treat. Nothing wrong with that, right? Your mental wellness, mindfulness, mental stability. That could mean for you being willing to go to therapy to get rid of whatever is up there in your head. It could be looking into resources of reading books like Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now, and all his material, and Michael Singer, The Untethered Soul, and Living Untethered. It could be reading books like Vishen Lakiani, The Code of the Extraordinary Mind, and The Buddha and the Badass on how to balance work and spirituality. I haven't read all these books yet. I own them. I've read some of them. I'm a book collector. I admit it. I'm a card collector. I admit it. I'm doing so much. I can only do so much every day. But it could mean that you go look up free resources on things like cognitive behavioral therapy, rational emotional behavior therapy, and those are actually connected. The REBT is part of CBT. There's also DBT, dialectic behavioral therapy, and I mentioned um, there's a process that I go through with emotions called riding the wave. And I believe I posted about it in the community. If not, but essentially what it is it's a technique of not learning to push aside your emotions, but learning to accept them and integrate them and understand what they're trying to show you. So you could be, needing to look into that. Okay? You could be needing to look into other forms of psychology. You could just be like wanting to read it. There's a lot of free stuff. There's even free psychology courses. I mean, really, Google is your friend, right? Or whatever search engine and browser you use. Personally, when I go to do searching, I tend to rely on Google and Gemini AI because that's part of Google. It has obviously been like the best one I've ever used. Even Google AI has been really good. Like it's better than Chat GPT. In my opinion, it's better than Chat GPT. It's better than Copilot. It's better than all of it. It's just in my experience because I've tried them all. Okay. Um, but whatever works for you. And this is like I said, where I come in and doing the readings and I start teaching because spirit is coming through me. So it's telling me to tell you this. So I'm going to leave those cards right there for now. And you're not going to be able to see them because, like I said, I don't have a lot of space. So that's the first two cards. And you've already had my interpretation of them. And go check out my post on the Great Reset. By the way, welcome to the Infinite Spark Collective again. Please like and subscribe. Please like this video. Please subscribe. Please pass it on to other people. At the end of every video that I post, I put in the link to my welcome video. I put in the link to my daily readings playlist and a subscribe link. So if you're getting value from my readings, if you're resonating with what I'm saying, please feel free to comment. Please feel free to comment on my posts in the community. Let's have some interaction. I want to help you because honestly, as I told you, I coach as I learn. I think that actually is a really great way to coach. A lot of coaches don't do that. You know, I don't follow a lot of coaches online because, you know, I do for their advice about the business side of things and so forth, but um, a lot of them tend to get stuck in a groove. And that's the other thing about the Great Reset. This ain't about getting stuck in grooves and patterns. Okay, except for the ones that benefit you, but even then, there's always changes. So the next card we're going to go from. Now this technically is a law of attraction card, but it is also getting into the vortex. And if you've read the book, you know that in order to do anything, in order to manifest, in order to create, in order to draw in what you wish to have in your life, you got to get in that universal energy. So now these cards don't have a book. So let's see, I'm being told to draw two cards. And so I will. Making peace with my today will improve my future. How friggin' appropriate for the Great Reset. It may sound odd, but the fastest way to get a new and improved situation is to make peace with your current situation. By making lists of all the positive aspects you can find about your current situation, and I'm going to interject here and say, make lists of the current negative stuff and turn it around. Flip it. Flip the negative into you see it for what it is, you acknowledge it. How can I change it? Not asking the universe, please change it for me. What actions, what things can you do to shift those negative into the positive? So do a list, get a piece of paper, your journal, whatever. Write down whatever current situations, and this could take you the rest of the day, it could take you the whole weekend. I assigned you some homework yesterday too, by the way. It's in the posts, in the community. Go through all the, we'll just say all the major, not the minor things, because minor things tend to be connected to the major. But all the major things in your life that seem to be causing you grief, pain, turmoil, even if you don't understand them. Don't try to sit and explain it, just write. And if it takes you a couple pages, then tear those pages out and reframe them. That's what I'm asking you to do. And it says here, by making the list of the most positive aspects you can find about your current situation, you then release the resistance to the improvements that are waiting for you. If you rail against the injustices of your current situation, you hold yourself in vibrational alignment with what you do not want. You cannot move in the direction of improvement. It defies the law. And what did I just say? You're holding yourself in contempt, in judgment, whether this is of yourself or of other people. Okay? You can't move forward until you do the I accept where I am, I understand it. What is it trying to teach me? How can I make this better? And frame it that way. It says, I must focus on wanted to manifest. Wanted. Now I'm going to tell you a little something about want. I learned this, believe it or not, from Greg Braden, and I think even Abraham Hicks has said this. Wanting is fine, but it's a frequency of putting it in the future. Because if you want, you keep wanting. So you need, I'm being told you need to rephrase wanting to I allow to receive. I allow myself to receive. Don't put it in past tense. I allow, I open and allow. We would never go so far as to say that the behavior of others is responsible for the way you feel, because you have the power to focus and therefore attract despite the behavior of others in your environment. And what did those cards from the Cosmic Oracle say? Someone's getting in the way of your stuff. It isn't about them. It's about how you handle it. If every time you see something unwanted, you realize that in the same moment, your awareness of something wanted is keener, you quickly turn your attention in the direction of the newly emphasized wanted. Everything in your experience will continue to improve. But as I said, I don't like to use the word want. It's a word that doesn't make me comfortable using it. I'll be honest. So open and allow. And this is another Alana Fairchild deck called The Journey of Love. And essentially it could be used for relationships, but it's really meant to be messages from the divine. Hence why I'm using it in the soul and the heart of the divine collective. And you only need one card. You only need one. Let's see what the universe is going to complete the information today. And whenever you're watching this, just like with any of my other readings, whenever you watch any of my readings, it resonates for you in that moment. And if it doesn't, go watch another reading. Okay? That's all I'm saying. The communal dance. See? I talked about the Great Reset. Oh, I had a card in there I didn't even know I had. I have cards in there I didn't even know I had left in the deck. Wow, okay. Let's make sure. The communal dance. It's card number 5. Lover, and they mean lover in terms of beloved, the universe. You have been alone for too long. Your community calls you to surrender your isolation for this moment in time and instead join the cosmic conga line. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to, go out and like associate in the 3D matrix with human people. Interacting with people online is fine. Just be genuine. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. I'm interacting with you. I'm alone in my room. I'm essentially alone in the house right now. But we are all part of a community, hence the Infinite Spark Collective. Do you know how special you truly are? So much that this community would not be the same without you. Your individuality and uniqueness can only enhance this group of souls that calls you to dance with them. Men, women, human, spirit, heaven, and earth. Your community is vast and rich and has much to share with you. Be lifted in celebration of belonging. Recognize that you are part of something great. Can your heart grow warm with recognition? Know that you belong. You are meant to be part of this great dance of love awakening on this planet. Your heart is already beating to the rhythm of this music. This oracle brings you the guidance that you're being drawn into a new community that is more aligned with your innate spiritual vibration. You feel more at home there and are able to share your gifts and talents more freely with greater support. Let go of relationships or situations that you have been holding on to out of fear. If they're meant to continue, they will, and they'll stay. If not, they will fall away, creating space for new connections to come into your life now. This is not a time to hide in what you have known, but to be open to playful connections with kindred spirits soon to be met. Great Reset. Go read my post. Go research about the Great Reset and what it means for you. I mentioned that in the last reading this morning. And there's always a poem. When I stood in front of you, I knew something was in store. I could feel the excitement of our journey abroad and ahead, for I had been that way before. Each person comes into our life with lessons we may see, and in the reflection of that other self in the person, we can be and are meant to be. You're here for a reason. You're here on my channel for a reason. I am here doing this for a reason. I'm answering my calling. I am working my purpose. It's your turn now. It's your turn now. Let's take a couple of quick minutes here and spend some time. Place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly, or place both on your heart, whatever is comfortable. But if you want to feel safe and grounded in your body, I do this every morning, and I didn't say this to myself when I wake up. I usually do, but I'm going to share it with you. Take a deep breath and exhale and say, today I honor and nurture my temple. Today I align with my highest self. Today I connect to my community and I share with compassion and trust and knowing from the divine within me. Thank you for being part of this reading today. Welcome home to the Infinite Spark Collective. I'm glad you're here, and I'll see you soon.